Okay, hey guys, everybody plug in. Hey, everybody plug in. Today, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, 10 years old, you play college tennis, parent, doesn't matter. There's so much I'm going to talk about in this story, you have no idea. And I think it's very important because a lot of times when you see people, okay, you see them on television or you see they're ranked on the Pro Tour, but there's always a beginning. There's always a beginning. And a lot of these kids that I had, you guys, once again, some of you're hearing, you're not listening, okay? And you're probably the ones that want the most help. Listen, all right? You see people on TV or whatever, there's always a beginning. But this story, okay, I mean, I can't even make it up. Long ago, okay, before you guys were on Earth, I get a call. They were actually at IMG Academy, and they said, would you work with my daughter, okay, Maria? We'd like to come down a week, a month, okay, and work with you. And it was Maria Sharapova, Maria Sharapova's dad, okay? So she was 11 years old. Venus and Serena were already on the Pro Tour. Capriati was on the Pro Tour, okay? So this girl came, and she wasn't even the best 11-year-old at the academy. There was a few other kids that were actually just as good, if not better. So like I always tell you, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But here's where this gets interesting, all right? Let's talk about the mental part first. To this day, okay, and a lot of you know who I've worked with: Venus, Serena, Capriati, Kenin, Moschina, okay, another Russian, Mary Pierce, Christian Ruud, Casper's dad. I could go on and on. So many players that I've had, and a lot of people you hadn't even heard of, all right? I probably never had anybody as mentally strong, okay, as Maria Sharapova. Even, and I'll get into what that means, even at age 11, okay, when I saw this kid, she wasn't the quickest, she wasn't the fastest, okay, if you hit behind her, she would do that. Serve wasn't that good. Refused to volley. Even on the Pro Tour, if it was at her ankle, she'd hit a swing volley, okay? Okay, so, but what was uncanny, and I don't know how you get it, time can help you, a little bit's family, a little bit can be genetic, a little bit can be environmental. I never had a young student that could play a point, okay, go back to the fence, come back out like nothing happened. She could lose a 20-ball rally, come back out, nothing happened. She was like in a bubble. Her ability to forget was amazing. All right? Did she get mad? Probably. Did she get upset? Probably. But she got more determined. I mean, that box mentally was already checked. All right? Very, very different. And I went, whoa, this is interesting, because when you can forget and you're in the moment, if you have other qualities, okay, you're going to maximize your ability. Everybody listen, this is important. So at age 11, even though her forehand was shaky, I'll get into that in a second, her backhand was poetry in motion, the serve needed a lot of work, didn't like the volley. I said, I think this girl can be #1 in the world someday. At 11, it wasn't anything on, once again, kind of like the Williamses, it wasn't on the outside. So I had people, there was people there better than her. Quicker, stronger, faster, agility. She was probably going to be 6 feet tall, but her dad was a very high-level skier. So, but the mental part, I knew that she'd be able to handle pressure because she could plug right back in. And listen, I've had greatness. I've helped build greatness. There was like, it blew me away, that quality. And her intensity level. Every single point. She actually screamed so loud, I had to tell her, hey, pump the brakes a little bit. And I think she even got warned about that on the Pro Tour. She went, but every point, she put every ounce of fiber into every shot. She was probably one of the most intense players I've ever had. Not one of the most athletic. She wouldn't even be in the top 100, okay? But that was amazing. But listen to this. Many times we tell you guys, shorten your backswing. You don't want to do it. We got to change your grip. You don't want to do it. You know what? You're a one-handed player. Let's go to two hands. You don't want to do it. You guys want help, but you don't want to change. Well, here's this little girl. I told her dad, I said, listen, her backhand, every time the contact point is the same. The forehand, it's messed up. No matter what I did, okay, and I didn't know as much about biomechanics back then as I do now, it just was not going to be world class. Here's the plan, and I got it on VHS. You guys don't know what that is. Some of the parents do. I got on VHS. I'm out there coaching her. Her dad's speaking Russian, and we're out there training, and she's hitting lefty forehands. We planned on playing left-handed. Left-handed, because her forehand, lefty, was natural. And the dad said, Rick, I messed up at a young age. She should have played left-handed. So her forehand was like amazing. Boom, boom. Okay, so we said, okay, we're playing left-handed. Even though she was one of the better, probably 12 and under players around, she was going to switch to another hand. But here's what happened. The backhand, which on this side was poetry in motion, now the backhand as a righty looked a little disjointed. So what we stuck with it for a month, but this little girl, if I said jump, she said how high. Run, how far, okay? Bang, bang, whatever said. She was gonna play left-handed. So the moral of the story, okay? She eventually did switch back to right-handed, okay? Just because the backhand wasn't as good the other way. And I just told the dad that you want to like reverse the racket the best you can to get more vertical spin on the ball, okay? You get a chance, go see the great Robert Lansdorf in California, because she wasn't getting the help at IMG, even though they were paying for everything. They got him out of Russia. They were funding the whole project. But at age 11, because of what I saw, it's on video, in all the press, this girl is in a bubble. She could be #1 in the world. Fast forward the story, she did become #1 in the world. She wasn't like right there with like Venus or Serena or people, but listen, no one got more out of their ability than Maria Sharapova because of one thing. Oh, and the other thing, I told her dad, you can't back up. You got to stay on the rise, take it right off the bounce, on the rise, give them a surprise, tear out their eyes. You got to deal the cards. You're not going to be a defensive player. You got to dictate the points. And if you look how she played, she controlled the center of the court. You can't even picture her. Even some of you parents, you can't picture her back at the fence. And the minute the ball was lobbed up in the air, bang, she would run in there. She maximized her assets and hid her liabilities by not playing a lot of defense. She wasn't going to run around the court, okay, say like a Venus or Serena. But the moral of the story, the mental part, and the discipline. You want to play left-handed? Okay, I'll play left-handed. Some of you guys don't even want to change your grip. This girl was going to change to left-handed. But the big picture that I wanted to say, in a bubble, having the ability to forget. Some of you guys lose a point, you come back out, your mom and dad knows, look, he's going to double fault now. They can already feel it. Or you're going to rush because you're excited. You got to play each point. We can help you with that. I've helped hundreds of thousands of people with that. But if you know, like the great Novak Djokovic, right there, this is, doesn't matter, you double fault 3 times in a row. What are you guys thinking? Be honest. Be honest. Well, I wish you, if you double fault 3 times in a row, you're going, I hope I don't double fault. Okay, on the Pro Tour, that didn't enter Djokovic's head. Okay, this is mind control. Very, very important. Listen, you guys, today there was a lot that I said, and it doesn't matter if you're 6, 10, 12, or a parent that can help your child. Every point mentally, that's the challenge. That's what separates Djokovic, Serena, the people at the very top, and the next level, and the next level, and the college players, whatever. There's great athletes all over the place. There's people much quicker and faster, stronger, jump, There's a guy with a better serve that's an accountant in Las Vegas than some of the guys at Wimbledon. I'm just telling you, this right here, every point, no matter what the score, right there. All I'm saying is if you're right there, good things are going to happen. I'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. Hope you learned something.